Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I want to share with you my TBR fails for the year because there have been some books that I put on my TBR at the beginning of the month and then I did not get to them for some reason or another. And so I thought it'd be kind of fun to put those in a little video, mainly for me to see exactly how much I planned on reading and then just kind of what happened and why I didn't read them and all that good stuff. This is only since I believe April? Is it March? I either started in March or April on BookTube. I can't remember exactly. So one of the two. But yeah, here we go. In the month of June, I had two books on my TBR that I did not end up reading that month. The first one is Revenge Wears Prada. This is written by Lauren Weisberger. This is the sequel to The Devil Wears Prada. I actually did start this book and got 100 pages in and I hated it. So I did not finish it and I don't plan to. I've actually unhauled that book since. So just not something I'm going to continue. I am including it because I did not finish it. I didn't, even get a quarter of the way through. So yeah, I did not enjoy it, and I felt like maybe it was too long in between the first book to the second sequel, and I just didn't care anymore about the characters. And some of the characters were kind of getting on my nerves in the sequel, so I was like, I'm gonna not want this to tarnish my view of The Devil Wears Prada, because The Devil Wears Prada is one of my favorite books. So yeah, didn't finish that one. I also had planned to read All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, and I ended up not reading this one. I think I was going to read it for a book club that I was kind of eyeballing to see if I wanted to join, but I ended up not joining it. They have meetings on times when I can't go all the time, and then when I saw some of the stuff they were reading a lot of stuff that I've already read, so I was like, So I didn't end up joining that one, but I did find another group that I have joined that I am enjoying a lot. So because I decided not to join that book club, I was like, well, I have other stuff I'm reading, so I'm just going to kind of put that one on the back burner. But it is on my Kindle, and I still do want to read that book eventually. In July, I wanted to read The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the first book in a quartet. Yes, there's 4 of them. And I don't know why I didn't read this one. I think I kind of just ran out of time and I had to take it back to the library. I remember I got it from the library and I had to take it back before I could get to it. So I didn't put it back on my TBR anymore after that, which is weird because I really still want to read it. So I don't know. I actually might wait until the 4th book comes out because the 4th book, the publication date keeps getting pushed back and a lot of people are anticipating it. So I think maybe once the 4th book is published, I'll get it and I'll marathon the 4 books. So yeah, I'm probably gonna wait until that's 100% complete. In the month of August, I have 4 that I did not read. And I think that was the month where I was trying to read like 10 books or something and Booktubeathon was happening. So I was hoping to get to like 10 books and no, Sarah, get real. So the first one is Black Earth, written by Timothy Snyder. I actually did start this book and I did not finish this one either because it's basically a history book and I found myself really bored with it, so I did not continue it. But this book is about the Holocaust, a whole bunch of facts about the Holocaust and things like that, and Hitler and everything, and then it kind of goes into like a warning of how society can prevent that from happening today. It just ended up not being something I was very interested in. Even though I am interested in the Holocaust in that time period, I don't know, I just found this kind of boring. So I did not finish that one. I got about 30% through it and I just couldn't continue. Also in August, I was going to read Queen of the Tearling and that didn't happen. And I think it was because I ran out of time. And I'm kind of upset about that because that's a book I really want to read. And the sequel is out now, Invasion of the Tearling, and then there's a 3rd one coming out next year. I want to say Fate of the Tearling, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if that's the official title or not. But yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about this book and I really, really want to read it, and it's on my shelf and I pulled it out of my TBR jar and I did not read it. I think it was just a time where I was, just trying to do too much and some things got looked over and that was one of them. Another one that I pulled out of my TBR jar was A Long Way Down by Nick Hornby. And again, I had too much going on and I never got to that one. It sat on my nightstand for a long time and I just kind of put it back on my shelf because I was like, I'm going to get to that eventually. right now is not the time. It is a book that I do want to read, and I also want to see the movie after I'm done reading the book. But yeah, I didn't get to that one either in August. The fourth book in the month of August that I had pulled from my TBR jar as well is Prince Joe by Suzanne Brockman. This is the first in a series. I think it's called the Tall, Dark, and Dangerous series from what I am recalling off the top of my head. This is a series that my sister has read and enjoyed, and so she told me to read it, and so I have them. I have a few of them on my Kindle. I think I have the first like maybe 4 or 5 on my Kindle, and I just haven't started it yet. And I pulled it out of my TBR jar in the month of August again. I was a little too ambitious with that one, so that one didn't make it onto my wrap up either. Okay, so for the month of September, I was going to read Yesterday's Gone. This is written by David Wright and Sean Platt. This is a book that I got from NetGalley, and I've talked about this before, but I had issues with this because I requested it and got approved, and I was excited because it seemed like a really cool concept. It's kind of a post-apocalyptic type thing where the world's kind of going to crap and everyone's kind of having to leave their homes and be out in the wilderness. I want to say kind of like Walking Dead, but I don't think that there's zombies involved in it, but there's something happening. Something's happening, and all these strangers are coming together to try to survive together. So I requested it because it sounded interesting, and then I downloaded it and it was really, really long, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna take me forever. And I was still like gung-ho gonna read it, and then I did more research on the book and found out that it was released in 2011. And I was really confused about that because NetGalley is supposed to be brand new releases. So I don't know if they were like re-releasing it for some reason or what. I know they weren't struggling for reviews. They had over 1,000 reviews on Amazon. They were all really good reviews, so I still do, you know, I'm still excited to actually read it when I get to it. But it kind of made me upset that it's not a brand new release. And I kind of felt a little bit gypped. And now I have to read this book because I requested it and it's on my my NetGalley list, and you know, you have to have a really good percentage on NetGalley to continue getting approved for books to review. So if it sits on my shelf too long and without me reviewing it, it's going to kind of look bad on my part. So I don't know. I was really confused about the decision making in that and why they even had it on NetGalley in the first place when it wasn't a new release. But I'm over it, clearly, right? So that is something that I do want to get to very soon because I want to get it off on my shelf. But I'm still interested in the concept. Obviously, I requested it even if it wasn't a new release. But yeah, so I'm going to get to that one probably in the next couple months here for sure. And the last one that I have, it was also for the month of September, and it was Babyproof by Emily Giffin. I picked this book up to read for the Book Buddy-a-thon, which I did with the Anna edition, and that was going to fulfill a prompt in that reading challenge to read a book with your partner's favorite colors, and her favorite colors were pink and yellow, and that cover had both of them in it, so I picked it up off my shelf. However, I just didn't get to it because we were supposed to pick 5 books to read that week, and I can't read 5 books in a week. There's no way. So that's just not my life, unfortunately. I wish I could read 5 books in a week. That would be amazing. So unfortunately, that one didn't happen, but it's still on my shelf, and I still will get to it eventually because I really love Emily Giffin. She writes really, really nice contemporary. Okay, that's it for me. So those are my TBR fails for 2015. It's not actually too bad. I started doing videos in March, I believe, and that's 9 books over 10 months. So I think that's pretty good, actually. About a book a month that I don't get to, but that's okay. And I actually, would make my TBRs, but sometimes I read a lot more than what I actually had on my TBR. So that was good too. It all evens out. It all evens out. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what you guys failed with as far as TBR go, like what you planned to read and then just never ended up reading it. I'd like to hear what you guys had on your radars as well. Okay, I will see you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.